In this video we see some late braking, some dubious punting and generally just carnage. And that's all just in the first corner. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. We are at Monza. Definitely my favourite racetrack ever. Long fast straights, sweeping bends, chicanes, heavy braking zones. This track is fantastic and I love it. Well, I say I love it. I love everything apart from the first chicane, which normally just means chaos. And this is a perfect example. Couple of dive bombs and the rest of it all goes tits up. People are getting punted, people are getting shoved, people are going off. It's brilliant. Well, I say brilliant. It's brilliant because I didn't actually lose any places. Yes, I didn't gain any. But to go through the first chicane at Monza and not lose a place, I'll class that as a bonus. I'll take that. And then as we head round the Curva Grande, coming to the second chicane, which again, normally a bit of chaos, you can see the super ahead gets a bit of a punt. He's lucky because he didn't come off the track. He does make contact, however, with the Mazda. Slows the Mazda right down, and I take that position. In fact, I managed to get 2 positions out of that chicane. Always a good bonus. Through the Lesmos, first one, okay. Second one, brake at the 50, turn in. Okay, I was a little bit wide there, and I was lucky not to end up going off into the sand, but as we head down the back straight towards Ascari, I've still managed to keep my place. Now I'm doing quite well here, but I know there's a heavy braking area coming up ahead, and the Mazda does have a lot of speed, and as you can see here, he just does me on the brakes. But I'm not actually that fussed because as you can see, he's got a 5-second penalty, and as soon as we hit the penalty zone, I'm just sailing past him and I'll move back up into 10th. And 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. And with that place regained, we head towards Parabolica. Now accelerate up until the 100-metre mark, dab the brakes, wait for it, wait for it. As soon as you see that first orange painted barrier, you can floor it. Just stamp on that low pedal and you should stay on the track. Unfortunately, not like Torben there in the Supra, who for some reason was spending time with Barrier. But that's the first lap completed and I've made up 3 places. Now as we come into the first chicane for the second time, you can see there's a lot of cars up ahead, all jostling for positions. Unfortunately, they all behave themselves as well, so I wasn't able to pick up any 3 places there. But we go in Parabolica, and then we've got the next chicane, and as you can see, it all gets a little bit feisty. And at one point we have 3 cars all off the track at the same time. Now I ran into the back of Hafsin there, pick up a 2-second penalty, but he picks up a 4-second penalty, so I'm guessing the carnage of that chicane was his fault. Now he's very slow around the Lesmo, and I managed to pull up alongside him. As we go into the second Lesmo, I've got the inside line and I take the place. Now okay, he's right behind me on my tail and I've got the 2-second penalty, but he's got 4 seconds, so that should mean hopefully I keep the place. Now as we jump ahead to Ascari, you can see that LBH there in the super silhouette got it all wrong, puts himself in the sand, and now I'm up to 4th place. However, I do have that 2-second penalty to take, and when I do, I get absolutely eaten up by the pack. I mean, I managed to get to 4th and suddenly I'm down to 8th. Now as lap 3 was pretty uneventful, we'll jump ahead to lap 4, where I find myself behind Gomez in the Corvette, who for some reason goes very slow through the first chicane and allows me to catch up a little bit closer to him. I mean, he's already got a 1/2-second penalty, so that's an opportunity just in itself. So we head round the Curva Grande and towards the second chicane, where I'm hoping he's slowing the brakes again, and thankfully he is. I managed to get a little bit of a run on him and catch right up to him, but to be fair, he's a little bit too far ahead and I don't want to risk a dive bomb and getting the penalty myself. Now as we come to the first Lesmo, I think I'm going to have a go on the inside here, and I do, I go for it. Unfortunately, I make a little bit of contact with him, sorry for that Gomez, but neither of us got to go off the track. It was fair. Now as we come to second Lesmo, he leaves it wide and he's loud on the brakes again, and that lets me just go up the inside and I take that place. In fact, I take 2 places, as Torben in the Supra was off up against the barrier again, and so I have his place as well. Thank you very much. And as we swap views and jump to lap 5, you can see I've got a bit of a queue forming behind me, more so visible as we go through the first chicane. 1, 2, 3, and 2 behind them, and I'm sure any one of those guys would have loved to see me make a mistake and move up a place themselves. And with Curva Grande out of the way, we come to the second chicane, which I managed to take quite nicely. Now, I could have gone through faster, but at the minute I'm concentrating more on keeping it on the track and not making a mistake. And with the 2 Lesmos out of the way, we head down the long straight towards Ascari, and that Mazda is hunting me down. Now, as we go through Ascari, I probably go a little bit too cautious because I lose a bit of ground, and the Mazda, well, he catches up even more. But thankfully, and possibly due to dirty air for back of my car, he puts a couple of wheels on the dirt, and that loses him some speed. And quite frankly, I think that little loss of speed there saved my bacon, because otherwise I think he would have had me on the run up to the Parabolica, but he doesn't. I've got enough of a lead just to keep myself in front. I've got the traction, and all we have to do now is keep it in a straight line, head towards the finish line, and I get a very nice 6th place. And that was another thoroughly enjoyable race at Monza. For more great videos like this one, follow this link. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.